welcome back. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a simple au gratin potatoes. The first step is to take 1 tablespoon of butter and put it on your pan and let the butter melt. I have my pan on a medium heat and we're just going to let the butter melt down. As soon as our butter melts down, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of flour that I have mixed with about just a dash of pepper. We're going to want to mix the butter and flour until we get the flour cooked out. Now that our flour has cooked down, it's been about, a minute, I'm going to add 1 cup of milk. I'm using 2%. I'm going to add about half a cup at a time and stir it up before I add the other half. All right, I'm gonna add the other half now. And stir this up, and then we're gonna wait for it to thicken, which will take a couple of minutes. This has been cooking for about 3 minutes, and as you can see, it's a lot thicker. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to add half a cup of shredded cheese. You can use any shredded cheese of your choice, and you're just going to want to continue to whisk that in until it melts. And you can bring your stove down to a low heat. I've now taken our mixture off of the heat, and as you can see, it's really creamy. And now what we're going to do is we're going to line the potatoes in a baking dish. Here's my baking dish, and I've coated it with olive oil. I'm going to take all of my sliced potatoes and I'm going to lay them down in the dish. Here's what my pan looks like after 2 layers of potatoes. You can just keep going. And I know this seems kind of tedious and like it takes a while, but it really only took me about a minute to do 2 layers. Now that I've laid down about half of my potato mixture, I'm going to spoon half of our cheese mixture on top. This is what my potatoes look like with half of the cheese mixture on top, and now I'm going to continue to layer my other half. So I've laid my other half of my potatoes down, and if you notice they're kind of getting soggy from sitting out, you can just take a paper towel and lightly damp them. Take the water out. Okay, now we're gonna add the other half of our cheese mixture. So I've added the other half of our cheese mixture, and this is what it looks like. You can put it in the oven straight like this, or you can add cheese on top, which I'm going to do. I've sprinkled the top with a little bit of paprika for color. That's totally optional, you don't have to. It doesn't really add any flavor. But I've also added 1/4 cup of shredded cheese to the top, and now we are going to bake this in the oven for about an hour, but we're gonna check it every 30 minutes to see how it's doing. I forgot to mention that this will be baked at 350 degrees. So my gratin potatoes have been in the oven for 45 minutes, and as you can see, they have a perfectly golden brown crust. It looks delicious. I'm gonna pop them back in for about 10 more minutes just to make sure that the potatoes and everything is cooked through. See you then. I just took my au gratin potatoes out of the oven. They were in there for a total of 55 minutes. They look amazing. And I'm gonna let them cool off a little bit before I cut into it and show you what it looks like. Here is the finished product for our au gratin potatoes.